Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome everybody to the first official Joking Podcast episode. I figured that the most appropriate person to have as my first guest would be my wife. Ashleigh is in the house with us today. I appreciate you being on, baby. I appreciate your support. Appreciate your love. Thank you for being here with me and doing this. So real quick, we can, I guess, get this started by talking about really what gave us the first push, or really what gave us the hard push to kind of get this thing started. I had always been told over and over again, like, dude, you should do a podcast. You should do a podcast. For years and years. People would always tell me that. And I kind of always felt like I'd be good at it. Kind of always felt like it would be cool, but I never really had time I never really felt like I could make the time to get a podcast actually up and running and going, just because, you guys know I run a gym. For those of you who don't know, I run a gym in South Houston. I run the G brand. I run a tattoo shop with the help of my wife and employees, of course. But needless to say, that shit takes up a lot of time. I got 3 kids and, we got a household to take care of, so on and so forth, right? But man, what really, really gave me the push to get this thing started was basically after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, right? I felt like a huge, kind of like a responsibility and like a burden to kind of, start really putting my voice out there. And, because I feel like, our voices matter. In the beginning, there was kind of like a lot of resistance and a lot of pushback. Ashley can tell you, whenever I first started speaking up and speaking out on things, after Charlie Kirk's assassination, it was really heavy. She was there with me every night. And for some reason, there was an immense amount of pressure. And I was getting all these messages and stuff after I started doing like these little reels and segments, and it was super fucking brutal. And I'd say, how long has it been, baby, since I first started kind of doing the reels and segments and all that?
Since the end of September.
Since the end of September? So what are we in? September, October, November, we're going into December. So 2 months ago, I would say give or take maybe a week or 2 months ago, I started doing these videos and segments on, Instagram reels and everything, and making clips and everything. And it's been real cool. It's been really fucking fun doing this shit, man. And my wife is my number one supporter. So that's really what gave us the push to kind of start coming out and, for lack of better terms, talking some shit. And, talking about God and putting God out there and just using our fucking voice. Because, Ashley could tell you too that whenever I first started, I was having a lot of lies fill my head. And just things kind of just trying to make me feel like my voice doesn't matter. And like the things that I was talking about, they're real fucking heavy. And I think it's probably safe to say that you had never seen me like that before, huh?
Yeah. So I just want to also follow up with that. I am your biggest fan and that I love you too. And hello.
Sorry, I just kind of started fucking going.
Yeah, no, dude, talk some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am Joe's wife, and I'm extremely proud of him. Very proud of you, baby. And I felt like we've been needing to hear your voice on a podcast, something longer than the Instagram reels and stories. It's super motivational, and that now you're pairing it with being more vocal about God and whatnot. I think it's super special and awesome, and it makes me even more prouder.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Your support means a lot to me. And man, there's some times where your support really fucking, it fuels me, man. And the opposite too, when you're fucking mad at me, it can stop me in my tracks, So I definitely appreciate the love and support and the push to be able to continue doing these things. And honestly, you're the reason why I'm still here in this chair, pushing for this podcast to kind of take off and keep going. And, so thank you for doing that. I really do genuinely enjoy talking and putting out my mind and speaking some truth. I think that I get a lot of fulfillment from it. Anytime I have a personal one-on-one conversation with somebody and you know, they'll either give me a big hug or shoot me a message later and say, you know, or not even just like, I've had people message me a whole fucking year after I would post something, like a message or just something that was on my mind or something that I can put out to help people. And I remember this one time, I can't remember her name, but there was this young lady who messaged me and she said, "Hey, you put out this video 1 year ago today." And it was like on my story, I remember, and it was on Facebook. And she goes, "I just want you to know that since I heard that, I decided to start doing XYZ. And since then, my life hasn't been the same. So thank you for doing that." It was a whole fucking year later, a whole entire year later. So you never know who the fuck is watching. You never know who's absorbing. And I think that honestly, there's more people watching you than what you think, you know, especially if you have some sort of platform or if you're running a business or whatever, you know. It's always really cool and fueling to hear about these people, you know, that we've helped. It's been great, you know.
Yeah, it is great. And you never know who you inspire, even if it's just one person, like you said. And it's cool getting that feedback, and it gives you more fuel to keep going.
That's why we started everything. This is what gave us a push, man. Appreciate you guys jumping on. And, you know, the further and further we go, the more and more we'll get things more organized and we'll get shit running a little bit better up here. Right. So, you know, like I said, I felt a huge responsibility to start coming out and start kind of, I've always felt like as a man of God and, you know, as a person who, you know, proclaims the name of Jesus and a person who's, you know, goes to church every Sunday, like I've always felt like it was always like we were the only people who couldn't fucking talk and say some shit, right? Because it was always coming off as this thing as being us being so fucking judgmental and like cancel culture and all this bullshit. And I just got so fucking fed up with it after Charlie Kirk died, dude. I was like, man, fuck the world. Fuck y'all. Like, why is it that everybody else can have such a heavy, harsh, fucked up opinion, whether it be about abortion or immigration or political or whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter. You know, like all this bullshit that's out there about like they them shit. Why can all these people have such fucking harsh and strong opinions, but we can't come out and say shit or else we're gonna get fucking canceled? People in the past have tried to sabotage my business. Literally, like years ago, you know, I've had people create fake Yelp accounts just to go and give me bad reviews, all this shit, calling me a pedophile, calling me racist, dragging my name through the fucking mud, taking screenshots of taking screenshots of photos of me and just straight up talking shit and straight up trying to sabotage me and ruin my fucking livelihood because of a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I've had that shit happen to me in the past. And this is why, you know, I always ask questions to people, you know, or rumors and, you know, shit like that. Like, I always ask fucking questions because I've had my name lied on and dragged through the mud over a difference of opinion. I finally got fucking fed up with it after, Charlie Kirk died, you know?
Yeah, pretty much the so-called people on the left. They were all over Instagram saying all this nonsense. And I think I told you, I was like, man, there's so many people who, it's like 80% of people are agreeing and dancing on his grave and being so excited and saying these really harsh, ugly things about him and having no empathy for the family and, you know, all that stuff. And I told you, I was like, it's like 20% of people are on the opposite side as far as saying, you know, that it was evil and things like that. And you were like, well, it's not that it's more people on the left side. It's that us people who have more, I guess, who are more, what's the word?
We have a little bit more fucking dignity, a little bit more self-control.
You were like, we're just more quiet about it.
Yeah.
We're just not out here flapping our gums. And then it was like, wait a second.
Flying off the fucking handle.
Yeah. Flying off the handle. And it's just like, oh, wait a second. Maybe we should talk.
Yeah. Right? And we definitely fucking should. There's no reason why we shouldn't. Yeah. We you know, we have freedom of speech. We are able to. I think that we have been trained. I don't fucking think. I know that we have been trained to yield to these people and to allow them to do certain things that we wouldn't allow other people because they're transgender or because they're black or because they're white or whatever, and vice versa, to not allow certain things because like our voice, not being able to speak out on shit. And I think that we have been trained to stay quiet and to yield to them or else they're gonna fucking cancel us. They're gonna fucking, sabotage us. They're gonna talk shit. How fucking dare you? And it's like, well, hold the fuck on, dude. Why are you able to have a fucking opinion and why can't I? And why should I not be able to fucking hate you for your opinion, but you can hate me and want to cancel me and tell you? It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's a double standard. Like, you allow me to have freedom of speech. You allow me to have an opinion as long as it lines up with what you say. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's not, it's dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
That's what it is,
Completely. Super dumb.
So, I'm fed up with it. I'm tired of all the bullshit. I'm tired of not being able to speak my mind. I'm tired of not being able to disagree with, anything I fucking want to disagree with, whether it comes to parenting or running a business or whatever the fuck, marriage, and even things that aren't so controversial, I'm tired of being forced to stay quiet, and I encourage anybody out there who's fucking listening to also exercise, your right, dude. Even if you disagree with me, exercise your fucking right to, exercise your fucking right of freedom of speech, like it's there. That's what makes this country is that, the freedom to be able to say whatever the fuck we want, to be able to, disagree with whatever Trump says or whoever's in office, and be vocal about it. So on and so forth. Like, I encourage you to stand up for what you believe in, even if I think you're full of shit and I think you're wrong. Like, you have the right to be able to do that, and I have every right to disagree, but I do not have the right to put my fucking hands on you, murder you, kill you. Yeah. That's what I do not have the right to do, and that's exactly what you fucking bitches did to Charlie Kirk. And not to mention dragging his fucking wife's name through the mud because of how she seems to be coping with her husband's death. I've seen a lot of people talking shit about her as well. And maybe by now this is old news, maybe by now nobody gives a fuck about Charlie or Erica anymore. Maybe by now nobody cares, but I'm going to fucking speak on it because this is how this podcast came about, and that's my fucking right,
Even if we rewind back to, why Charlie Kirk was so inspiring. Even before, I would send you his videos, not the college campuses. Sometimes I would, but his business, his podcast that he would do like on YouTube and stuff, right, about family, faith, him as a husband, how he would run his business, his employees. There was so much wisdom that he would pour out.
Had a lot of fucking
and I would
knowledge.
Send it to you like, man, you have to watch this podcast. Look at this one.
I remember.
It was so much spot on. And so it really, really did hit close to home for us. And we just, what a sad thing. And it motivated me more to push your voice out there.
Right. Period. Yeah. She definitely was pushing me.
And that balance we talk about when it comes to marriage is like, you were getting those voices in your head where you shouldn't be recording and doing this. And that's where I was able to come back and balance you like, no, this is wrong. You should.
Yeah. I saw this thing from Slim Thug on Facebook in the midst of all that shit where I was feeling this immense pressure. He said, you're not crazy. You're just at that point to where 98% of people give up and they fall back. They decide not to, they decide not to speak up. They decide because it's fucking hard, dude. It's hard. You don't know what the fuck's going to happen. Like, and most people decide not to go through with, and, not just like speaking up on things, but most people decide not to open the business. Most people decide to not go to the gym last minute. Most people decide, oh, well, next Monday, all right, well, I messed up today. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go through with what the fuck I said. I'm not going to go to school. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to call him. I'm not going to call her. Whatever the fucking thing is, whenever you start feeling that immense pressure, even if, business related, anything in any arena, whenever you start feeling that immense pressure and everything in you is talking you out of doing it, you are not crazy. You are at the fucking point and you're at that spot where most people decide to turn around and go back, where they decide to throw in the towel, where they decide to fucking give up. So if you are there with anything, dude, that's probably an indicator that you're about to break fucking through, man. And I couldn't believe it. We were doing this pop-up for the G Brand at Iron City Gym in Cypress. It's about maybe 40 minutes north of us. This is the first fucking episode. Everything that I posted pertaining to the podcast or the Joking podcast, it's all just been small clips and little thoughts that I've had, it's not even a full-on podcast. And this guy came up to me. I'll never forget it. It was like everything else in the fucking room got quiet. I just heard somebody from my left say, "Hey man, I really like your podcast." And I was like, everything else around me got quiet. And Ashley heard it too. And I looked up and it was kind of like, "Wait, are you talking to me?" kind of a moment. And he stuck his hand out and he shook my hand. He was like, "Hey man, like I really fuck with everything that you talk about. I really fuck with what you have to say. I really like your podcast." And he shook my hand almost like as of like a pat on the back or like a respect type of thing. And I couldn't fucking believe it. I was on cloud 9. Well, I think we made a couple $1,000 that night and I didn't even give a fuck. The only thing I kept talking about was like, "Man, babe, did you hear what that guy said? I can't believe he said that," And it was great. It was such a great moment, not only for me, but for you as well.
Yeah, it was
right?
completely. I was like, man, thank you. I really appreciated that.
Yeah, it was cool because I think it meant a lot to you because you know how much pressure and how much shit I was going through internally to get this thing off the ground, right? And you know that it meant a lot to me, so it meant a lot to you.
Completely.
So, I'm used to hearing people, "Oh man, I fuck with the G brand. Oh man, I like the tattoos you do. Oh, your gym's badass." I'm used to that. Not that I don't appreciate it, but I'm used to it. And being that the podcast is something new, I really fucking really appreciated that, man. And I've even gotten so many messages just from the small clips that I post, people saying, this one guy messaged me, he goes, "Man, dude, you were born for this shit. Keep that shit up. I really fuck with what you're doing," in a really great, awesome, positive sense,
It's more than being flattered. It's meaningful and special.
Yes.
And super appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So if you're out there and you're ever like want to come up and say, "Hey Joe, I really fuck with you," and you talk yourself out of it, please come up and tell me, because although it may seem like I'm an extremely confident person and it's like, "Oh man, he doesn't care about what I have to say." I really do. I really fucking care a lot. And anytime I get a message, anytime I get a compliment in person about what I'm doing and what I got going on with anything in any of the 3 businesses that I have and now the podcast, man, it goes a long fucking way, man. Not only for me, but for my family, for my wife, for my employees, because if you fuel me, then everything that I'm connected to will just also continue to go, as well. It's not just for me. It's not just like, "Oh, you're stroking my ego." It's not that, dude. I really do need to fucking hear that shit sometimes, just like everybody else. I'm only human.
And these people, like from the outside looking in, they're thinking, and I know I got several messages about it whenever I would share your videos, or even in the comments, looking at your comments, is like, "Man, you have 3 businesses on the line," and business owners don't speak. They don't
say that shit,
especially like.
Especially how the way I say it. Hold on, give me one second.
Yeah, people don't speak up like you, especially with the businesses, like I said. So I feel like for them, it's even more like, "Man, Joe's really actually down to talk some crap."
Down to talk some shit. Dude. So like, it's crazy. I'm glad that you brought that up because I got some messages saying like, "Yo, dude," from my nephews, cousins, old friends I haven't talked to in forever, your family. I've had a lot of messages being like, "Man, bro." Even one of my nephews here at the gym, he first of all, he shook my fucking hand and was like, "Yo, dude, I like what you're saying. I like all the shit you're saying. It's fucking cool. These people need to hear this shit. This world is fucked," right? And on top of that, he goes, "Man," he looked at me, he goes, "Man, dude, I know that was really fucking hard." And it was like almost everywhere we went, there was a big fat elephant in the room because people were seeing my videos, whether they agree with it or not. There's a big fucking pink elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And anyways, he told me, "I know that was really fucking hard for you to do, man, because your businesses, basically, you got a lot to fucking lose."
Yeah,
you know? And this other guy, he's actually, I won't say his name, but he's an officer in the South Houston Police Department. He messaged me almost like in a almost kind of like, "Hey man, dude," he goes, "Man, I know how great of a guy you are. You're a really good fucking guy, man, and I would hate to see things go bad for you." Almost like a, "Man, be careful. Watch out, dude. Like, you're a really good dude, and everything that you're saying, man, you're going to get some shit for it, dude. And I would hate to see something bad happen to you or something happen to your businesses." It was almost like not a pity message, but almost like a message of like,
"Watch out."
Watch out. Yeah. And I said, "Yo, dude, I appreciate the concern and I love you. And I thank you for being my friend, and, watching out for me, but I got this shit. It's hard, but I fucking got it." And it's so crazy that people understand this cancel culture shit. People understand how hard it could be and how shitty people can be to people like me. Right. And I'm just somebody who wants to see some good in the world.
Yeah.
You know, like I just want to see a little bit more of God. I just want to see a little bit more of Jesus. You know, I just want to see a little bit more of like people overcoming, you know? And, you know, I was at church. We were at church on Sunday and I looked at Shady and, you know, we're at the altar and there was people being prayed for. And I said, I don't understand how people hate this God.
Yeah.
Like, look at what's happening right here. Look at what's happening right now, man. This is fucking great. And he was like, yeah, man, I don't get it. And I looked at him again, talking about my friend Shady. And I pointed at my pastor and talking to Shady. I was pointed at pastor and I said, I don't understand how so many people could hate this man. He was like, bro, me either. It's just these people don't fucking understand. They don't understand what the fuck's really going on, you know?
I think people hate God sometimes and pastors and stuff because of other people.
Yeah.
You know?
So, you're talking about just like because of other people's experiences?
Other people's experiences, what they hear on other podcasts.
Right.
Situations with churches, Christians, Catholics, you know, all
yes, for sure.
It's because of people.
Yeah, it's because of other people. And we were just talking about this the other day. And I said, people don't know how to fucking think for themselves. People can't develop an opinion, and they can't develop they don't have any own self-convictions. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
No discernment.
No discernment. They can't think for themselves. All they go off of is shit that they see on the internet, which we don't even fucking know is true. You know,
it's like people, whenever they were about the Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk stuff, like sending me Candace Owens videos and stuff. And I'm like watching this 2-minute clip, another 3-minute clip saying that she's honey potting Charlie Kirk. And I'm like, okay, I'm like looking at this Candace Owens lady and I'm like, she's just spewing out fear.
Yeah.
It's clear manipulation.
Yeah.
And just completely building her own narrative.
Right.
To get more views.
Right.
Dude, not giving any kind of constructive criticism. She's a victim. Like the whole video, she seems like, I'm being attacked. I'm being this. I'm being that. And it's like, man, watch out for what you watch. Because if you don't have discernment, that spirit of fear is going to run all over you.
Yes.
That victim mentality is going to spew all over you. And that's what you're going to deep inside. That's what's marinating in your heart.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because someone the opposite, like Erica, who composes herself, who lives by God and God's principles clearly, it's like the most weirdest thing.
Yeah.
But like you talking very manipulative in front of a camera, you're not going to be able to discern that.
Yeah,
that's completely like, it's like, bro.
Dude, I didn't even know who the fuck these people were. Like, I didn't even really know who Charlie Kirk was.
Yeah. Just the clips you would see.
Just the clips. All I saw was the campus stuff. And I was like, oh, tight.
Stuff I would send
Fuck
you.
yeah. Like, oh, tight. Fuck yeah, dude. Shut these.
You'd be like, dude, he can talk.
He can
knows
fucking
a lot.
talk. He knows a lot and he has really good fucking points. And I had never seen Charlie say anything that I really straight up just flat out disagreed with. You know, but I didn't even really fucking, I didn't even know who he was really.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I for fuck sure didn't know who Erica was. And I still don't know who the fuck Candace Owens is. I know that she's just like some black political lady, or I think she's black. I don't know. She looks black. I don't even fucking know who this bitch is. I don't know her stance on God. I don't know her stance on anything. I don't know her stance on Israel, but it doesn't fucking matter. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck, dude. It doesn't matter, you know? Like, but what I do know is that people need to learn how to fucking think for themselves. People need to know how to develop but people don't know how to think for themselves because they don't have any fucking guidelines to live by. This is, and I say this over and over and over to every fucking buddy who I have a conversation with. I'm like, this is why church is important. This is why the Bible is important. This is why developing a relationship with the Holy Spirit is important, because he will fucking tell you what's right and what's wrong, not based off of your circumstances, not based off of how you feel in the moment, not based off of the opinions of others around you. He's going to let you fucking know what's right and what's wrong. And you're going to get that gut feeling, right? And I believe that this is the reason why I fucking was brought to tears after Charlie Kirk was killed. I didn't even fucking know who this was, and it felt like I lost a friend. And I think, actually, I know that it's because the God in me was grieving. He was fucking hurting. This was not supposed to fucking happen. What happened was fucking evil. It was fucked up, you know?
Man, many people who are close with God and have a relationship with God, the Holy Spirit, felt exactly what you felt. So many people, it's crazy. Yeah,
and I think that, well, a lot of people don't even know why they felt that way, man. But I'm here to tell you, it's God.
There's a frequency, I guess. That was on the Holy Spirit frequency, I guess.
Dude, this for me was like some of the biggest evidence that there is a fucking God.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you can't tell me there's not a God.
No,
there's
that's
not a
why so
creator.
many people were saved.
So many people came to God.
So many people came to God.
Yeah, you said this is why so many people
did come to God. They came to Jesus because of that, what they felt. They're like, man, I don't know what I'm feeling. I feel really sad.
Yeah, you just feel it. You just know.
It. Like, man, I know this has something to do with God.
There was a lot of fucking people that know and knew and even still refused to fucking speak up on it. This is why so many people were shaking my hand and shooting me messages, because they admire that I had the fucking balls to stand the fuck up and say some shit, you know, say some shit in going in the opposite direction. And I have a lot more respect for a lot of people who did come out and say some shit, you know, because I felt how hard it was to really do that, you know? But this is why I was getting so many messages, because I had the fucking balls to do it, and they know, and they still refuse to come out and stand up for what's fucking right. Because everybody fucking, there's a huge group of people in this world, in this nation, that know and feel it in their fucking gut, that know that what happened was fucked up and it was not right. They know it. And they still fucking refuse to stand up and say some shit. And it pisses me the fuck off, because this is why these motherfuckers can continue to run over us. If you're not speaking up, Andy Frisella said it like this: the reason you're not saying this shit is not because you're not trying to it's not because you're not trying to disrespect people. It's not because of some higher morality or some bullshit. It's because you're a little bitch and you can't stand the heat. You can't fucking get your fucking pick your balls up off the floor and put them on and say what the fuck is right, because you're scared. And these people have taught us to be fucking scared. These people have trained us to stay fucking quiet and keep our head down. And this is why I started this fucking podcast, because fuck that. I'm not going to stay quiet anymore. I'm going to stand up and talk some shit. And we're going to be doing an episode every fucking week, right? To continue to stand up for what's right, to proclaim the name of Jesus, to push the name of Jesus, to talk about Jesus, to talk about the Holy Spirit, to talk about what people need to fucking do to get their lives better. And I think that I am a pretty good fucking person to listen to. I don't know everything, but dude, I've been to hell and back. Ashleigh's been to fucking hell and back in old relationships and the way that we grew up. You know, fucking so much shit, dude. So much shit.
Trauma like everybody else.
Yeah, we got trauma just like everybody else. But the difference between us and a lot of people is that we've come out on the other side of that trauma bigger and better with a clean fucking heart. We've been fucking poor. We've been fucking broke. We've been there, and we're out of it. We've had marriage problems. We've had problems with our kids where it seemed like there was no fucking way out. And we're there on the other side of it now. Right? And it's not because we're just fucking guessing. It's because we're going by a specific fucking guideline, right? That is the Bible. That is God's guidelines. That is the Holy Spirit. This is why we've been able to come out on the other side bigger, better, stronger, and more successful than what we were before, and operating on a higher fucking level than what we were before, because we know the formula, we know the principles, we know what the fuck to do, and we're not budging on it. And we're going to continue to live by these fucking principles and by these laws and these guidelines, not based off of our circumstances and how we feel, but because it's the right fucking thing to do. And we're going to continue to do it because it's the right fucking thing to do.
Yeah.
Right.
It's honorable. And it's an everyday thing. Honorable. And it's every day that we're tuning our hearts, that we're getting better every single day, because we're not perfect. So we're going to mess up every single day. And it's up to us to put in that work every day to keep cleaning the heart. Yeah.
Right. And it's up to us to keep continuing to get up, because a lot of people, after a certain amount of time or a certain point in their life, they refuse to get back up and try again, because they start having a pity party. They start feeling like, man, everybody got to get together except me. Everybody this except me. And that's what you call a fucking bullshit ass victim mentality. Yeah. Everybody fucks up. It's hard for everybody. God, I say this so much, dude. It's not just hard for you. Yeah. It's not just hard for Ashleigh. It's not just hard for me. It's not just hard for us. It's not just hard for you, whoever the fuck's listening. It's hard for fucking everybody. This shit is fucking brutal. It's called life. It's how it goes.
That's why, that's one budge I have with social media.
You haven't been vibing with social media.
I haven't been vibing.
She's been hating
and when
it.
people, I'm more, if anybody knows me, I'm more, even whenever I meet people, I'm more face-to-face interaction. I'm just not impressed by social media right now.
Yeah.
It's just the same things, just kind of being replicated. It's just same things over and over. And I'm just more personable. Like, I'll meet people at our events and we'll have like an hour-long conversation while I'm selling stuff. While I'm over here grinding. And it's just more cool. Not only that, but the part about social media is that the everyone looks so perfect online and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
And I
a
think
highlight reel.
it's up to you to admit to yourself, sorry,
You could-
like me, Ashleigh, like you're not perfect.
Mhm.
You really are like trash. Like you're ugly on the
Yeah,
inside.
we wake up every fucking
Yeah.
day trying not to be trash.
Dude, yeah, like you are. Like if you realize that, like, man, I really am. My poop smells, like you say,
Your shit stinks too.
just like you.
Yeah,
You know, just like you, just like her, just like him. And that's the only way you'll get better. You can't just hide behind this, I'm perfect. And, you know,
yeah,
you're never going to change. You have to admit to yourself and be real with yourself.
yeah. Like, hey,
man,
I'm
I was
full
really
of shit
crappy.
too.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know,
learn to apologize. Know when you fuck up.
Yes.
Don't just do shit that strokes your fucking ego. Like, understand when and where you fuck up and wake up and try to be fucking better the next day. And you're right. Social media, Instagram and all this shit, it's just a bunch of people replicating each other.
Mhm.
It's a bunch of fucking copycats, dude.
Mhm.
Everybody's playing follow the fucking leader.
Mhm.
And dude, you know, that's just all it is, dude. It's fucking crazy. We'll even go into branding.
Yeah.
Like branding, everybody's shit looks the same.
Mhm.
Dude, this is why, man, even on this, I get a lot of messages to the G Brand page or my personal page, or even people in person who tell us this at pop-ups or shows where we're selling at. You know, people are like, man, y'all shit is different. It's different. It's different. You know why? Because we're not fucking copying Dark Sport.
Mhm.
We're not copying Civil Regime. We're not copying Raw Gear, whatever the fucking name is. We're not copying Gymshark. We're not copying none of these fucking people. You know, and this is why it's so hard to copy the G Brand. You can't fucking copy us, dude, because we're actually doing something out of my fucking soul. It's different. I'm not just copying somebody else's shit. I get inspired by other brands. I critique the G Brand based off of other brands, but more on like on a business side of like sales and what they're doing to push their brand, right? Not how it looks, dude. And I've seen so many fucking brands that come out and they look exactly like fucking Dark Sport, dude. And it's embarrassing to me.
I think it's kind of like whenever some brands are stuck, they'll look to AI or other brands.
Fuck AI,
but
dude.
I think that you just operate at a different level. Like if you're stuck on something, you'll pray and fast about it, and then you'll have all these ideas on what
clarity.
Clarity. You'll be like, you know what, I'm going to pray and fast instead of going to AI, instead of going to all these other posts and trying to look like other people. You'll be like, okay, let me get right with God.
This is why everybody's shit looks the same. Mm-hmm. It goes back to nobody knows how to think for themselves. Nobody knows how to be creative. Nobody knows this shit, and this is why a lot of people fuck with the G Brand. Even the guy recently who we signed, his name's on Instagram. It's Chuck Kitty, right? One word. And I think his name's Charlie, right? We just sent him some shit. Shout out to Charlie. Thank you for joining the G Brand. But I did a FaceTime call to sign him over, to sign him on the G Brand family and be a sponsored athlete. And he was like, dude, I love y'all shit. It's so fucking different. It's just like if a brand could be like middle fingers up in the air without actually throwing middle fingers up in the air, that's us. Mm-hmm. Like we're just different. We're going in a different direction. And fuck yeah, I love the G Brand for that, dude. Like people tell us like y'all kind of sort of remind me of Dark Sport, but it's different. Mm-hmm. But it's different. And I'm like, yeah, we're way more fucking thug. And I'm not talking shit about Dark Sport. Mm-hmm. Dark Sport's great. And I have a lot of respect for, I believe his name is Michael, and what he's been able to do with the brand and the empire that they've been able to build. It's fucking great. It's really fucking cool. And I can only hope that the G Brand could achieve something like that. Right. However, I'm not going to fucking copy you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to copy your shit. It's just, I'm not going to do it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's pride or what, but fuck all that shit, man. There's so many brands that come out and then it's embarrassing to me, dude. Mm-hmm. They use the same fonts. They use the same fucking Thunderbolt lightning shit. Mm-hmm. They use the same kind of fucking anime shit. Mm-hmm. And they just type out some words over it. And it's fucking embarrassing to me. Mm-hmm. It really is, dude. And it's fucking whack. Learn how to think for yourself. Look, if you have a brand and you wanted to get it off the ground, stop looking at all the other brands to try to make your shit look like theirs. Look in your fucking soul. Look at what's inside you and put it on a fucking t-shirt. Put it on a fucking hoodie. Look inside of you, dude. Look inside your fucking bowels and see what the fuck's in there and let it come out, dude. What's in your heart? And this is how you can come out with something unique and something beautiful. Yeah. And this is why the G Brand is what it is. And this is why no fucking shirt looks the same. Mm-hmm. No hoodie, nothing looks the same, right? Because I'm digging in different places of my soul, in my past, in my emotions, and in my heart, right? And this is why I'm able to create and develop something beautiful and different that you are not going to see anywhere else. You won't see it. You know, this is why we're different, because it's unique to me and my life and where I've been and what I've done and what I've heard and everything that's in my soul. It's unique to just me. My fingerprint is on those shirts. If you're wearing a fucking G brand shirt, it came from my soul. It came from my heart. It didn't come from fucking watching a fucking YouTube video on how to get a brand up off the ground, dude. It's just real. It's some real shit, you know?
And you can see all the visuals if you pay attention.
Yeah.
You can see your tattoo style.
Yeah.
You can see the barbed wire. You're from the hood.
Yeah.
You know?
The chains and the fucking shotguns and cholas and shit.
The cholas, you've been in the tattoo industry for 15 years.
Yeah.
You could see all that. You could see your lettering you'll use.
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
It's all authentically yourself.
Yeah, and staying true to it too. It's like I said, man, there's no other way to say it, but it's from my heart. It's from my soul. You know, it's real. It's real. It came out of my heart. It came out of my soul, and I'm just putting it on a fucking t-shirt.
That's we're gonna have to go elaborate on another podcast about the G brand.
Yeah, for real.
The print shop, going to the print shop, what they have to say and everything.
Oh yeah,
it's
what
so
they have to
cool.
say about everything that we drop, man. It's so great. Like they give me such the biggest compliments without even trying to. They just tell me how they feel and what they see and what they see other brands do, because they work with a lot of fucking brands, and what they tell me, they're just, it's so great to hear. You know, there's nobody else doing what we're doing, man, especially in the fitness industry.
All. Even there's been one time when I think about the TMNT shirt, remember?
I love
you showed me the mock-up and I was like, man, okay, the front just looked too perfect. And I was like, man, something about this. Yeah. And it looked all just, the lettering, everything looked so perfect. And I told you, remember what I told you? I was like, man, I feel like something needs to be upside down. Like,
yeah, so it was too perfect.
It was too perfect. And I was like, man, what's going on here? Yeah. And you were like, okay, yeah, boom, boom. And you're like, man, this is it. Just because it looked too perfect.
After one little rendition, that was it, man.
Yeah,
and even the TMNT shirt, the Ninja Turtle shirt for me is so fucking great. They're straight out of my soul, dude. It's straight out of my soul. Some days I come home and Ashley knows I had a long day. When I walk in the door, she has the 1992 or 1990s, early 90s fucking Ninja Turtles playing on the TV, and she has a candle on. And whenever I walk in, like it's all intentional that she does that for me, because she knows, like, I grew up with that shit, and I love the Ninja Turtles. I fucking love it, man. And I come into a nice, clean, calm, candlelit house with Ninja Turtles on. There's nothing better for me. It's so great, man. I love it. And I'm excited to see where this journey goes, this Joking podcast. I appreciate you guys coming in. I think that's going to be a good place to call it, baby, for the first episode. I want to thank you again for supporting me.
It's such an easy thing
for
to do.
pushing me.
Dude, you're so cool, and I love everything you have to say. And I love now it's going to be documented. Yeah. And people can go back and watch it and hear you for longer, besides just a reel. Yeah. Even if it's a 2 to 5 minute reel, like, this is just so much cooler. Yeah. You get a full 30 minutes of some shit talking. And we love however podcasts. Long it is. Yeah, we love podcasts. We're super like podcast people. It's like, cleaning, cooking. Yeah, sometimes Andy, right? Oh, I fucking love Andy. Real as fuck with Andy Frisella. It's my shit, dude. Yeah. It's my shit. I like Andy too. Pastor Ron and Hope. Hormozy. Yeah. Oh yeah, Pastor Ron and Hope. What's the name of theirs? Unfiltered. Oh yeah, Pastor Ron and Hope Unfiltered. They have some wisdom. If y'all want to hear some real good wisdom, that's Bible-based wisdom, marriage, parenting, just all kinds of shit, man. Even I think there's even some stuff on business, how to run it. There's so many things. Dude, they're some of the greatest, best people that I've ever met, man. And they have a really great podcast as well, man. And my favorite podcast of all time, you already know. What is it? The Joking. The Joking podcast. The Joking. Man, thank you, babe, for your love and support. Thank you for pushing me to continue to do this. Thank you for making me feel like I'm not so fucking crazy. It means a lot to me. I love you very much. You're the queen of my heart. You're the love of my life. I love you too. Go on. And y'all keep going. Thank you for marrying me. Thank you for allowing me to father the children. And I love you very much, baby. And anybody who's watching, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the whole thing. Thank you for listening. Fucking go out there and get some shit done. Fuck some shit up. Be yourself unapologetically. Stand up for what the fuck you believe in. And go fucking hard. You can do it. Whatever it is, that thing is that's on your mind, that's been on your mind for a long time, for years, you can fucking do it. Don't let anybody fucking stop you. You got this shit, right? Y'all keep it fucking G, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Joking Podcast. Don't be a slacker. Don't be a fucking slacker. 1, 2.